A question that's been popping up in my streams pretty frequently lately is if I've used the beloved snipe, and if so, what do I think of it? The short answer to that question is that I think it's the best adaptive snipe, but not necessarily the best energy snipe, or at least favorite energy snipe. As for the long answer, adaptive frame snipers really haven't had a use since the beginning of the game. That was until Beloved existed. When comparing to other energy snipe archetypes, you have the rapid fire frame, which can very quickly double body somebody or have a very fast correction for missing a shot but still spamming a lot of bullets down a hallway until you maybe get a lucky headshot because of the inherent high aim assist. You also have the high impact frame snipers like the Tatara Gaze, which can have a perk like kill clip, so every successive kill in a reload gives you one-shot body kills, or you could just use it as a primary cleanup tool, where you prime them with the sniper rifle in the body and then just clean up with a single body shot from most hand cannons. High impact frames also have the distinct advantage of dealing with supers, with either comboing box breathing to guarantee kill every super in the game, or using an empower riff to guarantee killing every super in the game. Now, when talking about how adaptive snipes fit into the picture, they really don't. They do every job adequately, but I think it's much more advantageous to either go with the rapid fire spamming or the high impact cleanups. For me, an adaptive just isn't good enough to warrant use. That is, until Beloved existed, because it does some unique things. First and foremost, it features a perk called No Distractions. What this perk allows you to do is when aiming down sights for like 1.5 seconds, if somebody shoots you, your flinch will be severely reduced, or it also changes the direction very slightly of the flinch. It shoots it more downwards, so you're more likely to hit a shot rather than miss completely. The next unique perk worth talking about is Box Breathing. You can get this on the other perk slot 2, so that you can combo it with No Distractions. What Box Breathing does is that if you aim down sights for 2 seconds, it increases the range on the sniper, which can make for easier headshots, and it increases precision damage. This can kill most supers in the game, but depending on resilience, masterworked armor, and the base damage resistance of the super, it won't kill all of them. Another unique feature about the Beloved is the fact that it features Snapshot in perk slot 1 and Quick Draw in perk slot 2. So you can actually get these both together, but I don't necessarily consider that the best role. I just like the fact that I can have either, so I can have something like Snapshot Box Breathing, or Quick Draw No Distractions, or even Quick Draw Demolitionist. Demolitionist is a perk that's also featured on the Gambit Prime, Soul Survivor, that's the name. Demolitionist is also on the Soul Survivor sniper, but I like the scope on Beloved more than that one. What Demolitionist does is if you get a kill, it recharges your grenade just a little bit faster, and if you toss a grenade, it refills the magazine. Not from thin air, of course, but from your reserves. So to recap, before Beloved, there wasn't much of a reason to use adaptive snipers, but after it's introduced, you have No Distractions, Box Breathing, Quick Draw Snapshot, or maybe Demolitionist with Quick Draw. Even then, when you consider all those unique offerings, I still prefer the rapid fire frames or even the high impacts. So when I hear a question in Twitch chat that's something along the lines of, do you like Last Word plus Beloved more than Revoke or Recluse? My answer is no. But if you then asked me, do I prefer Last Word Tatara Gaze or Last Word Twilight Oath over Revoke or Recluse, it would be more of a tie. They're very, very strong loadouts. I forgot to mention that the weapons I'm talking about are actually farmable. You can get both Twilight Oath and the Beloved by running Menagerie with the correctly slotted runes, and you can get the Tatara Gaze by going through the Black Armory campaign and running a lot of forges with a sniper frame. Considering the Menagerie was just nerfed today, it's pretty equivalent to go for either of the three, and again, I would go for Twilight Oath or Tatara Gaze every single time over Beloved. But in my opinion, some things could change so that Beloved has a better foothold in the sniper rifle meta. While I do see Beloved all the time, it's because I think it's the flavor of the month and it resembles a very nostalgic gun, rather than it just being the most powerful. So again, in my opinion, I think that Twilight Oath, the rapid fire frames, could use with a body shot damage reduction so that certain resiliences can live the double tap. On the opposite end, I think that all adaptive snipers should kill most supers, but box-breathing adaptive snipers should kill all supers. High-impact snipes, of course, should also kill all supers. In addition, I think the universal aim assist of all these snipers should be reduced, as well as adding flinch universally to every sniper rifle so that no distraction stands out more as a very advantageous perk. But to counter this suggestion, I say that the handling of every sniper rifle should be increased so that they're snappy. So it's more about quickly acquiring your target and shooting them before they shoot you. But if they land a shot on you, your scope's gonna fly all over the place because we're just simply not good enough to hit the shot. Overall, for my bracket of the Crucible, snipers are ruling the landscape. Every single game, I see the less confident snipers in the back of the map, hard scoping, red flashlight all the time, the adequate snipers pushing up and sometimes getting a kill on me through flinch, and the phenomenal snipers being virtually uncounterable. The background gameplay is shifting from a no distractions box breathing Beloved, where I was solely trying to hunt for super shutdowns and mayhem, but of course everybody's using Nova Bomb and Blade Barrage, so they were few and far between, to, it's changing to, a Spectral Blade Last Word Twilight Oath, where I pretty much just get easy headshots that give me wall hacks free information to then get even easier headshots. It can be very, very oppressive. Like, there is no counter when a good player uses this. So again, to reference the point of the video, do I like the Beloved? The answer is, it's very good, but some fundamental things about sniping need to change so that it has a better foothold in the meta, and I already discussed those things not even 2 minutes ago. I know for sure that I'm making some bold claims in the video saying something like sniping's easy, but consider how far we've come. In year 1, the sniper was a power weapon, and in the tournament scene, actually entering tournaments, my team thought a sniper rifle was worth bringing in. We thought it was, out of all the other options, the best option. This was back when snipers had only one perk, were in the power slot, speaking of which, Revoker should be moved to the power slot for variety's sake, but one perk in the power slot, no mod slots, so you couldn't put Icarus, targeting adjuster, or a hipfire grip, a freehand grip on it. And yet, now that we have sniper rifles accessible all the time, we want it to be easier? I'm sorry, but this is the hill I'm dying on. Snipers can one-shot kill you from any distance, whether it's shotgun distance, fusion rifle distance, or past pulse rifle distance, all the way into bow distance. You can get one shot. So in my typical quick play game, you know, I'm just playing aggressive, pushing up on people with a hand cannon. I shoot a Titan who happens to have one-eyed mask. Of course, that's the one person that I reactively shoot at. I get marked, and now he holds his angle with the sniper rifle, knowing the exact millisecond that I'm going to peek, so he can pre-aim and get an easy headshot. And the sad part is, even if I was ballsy enough to say that I have better reaction speed than you, and I'm going to slide around the corner and shoot you first anyway, there's a good chance that because of the high aim assist, box breathing, and just base nature flinch of the sniper rifle, that I'm still going to die. So unfortunately, I just don't agree with anybody that says that because snipers are in the low percent for amount of people that are using them, that they should be buffed to the point at which everybody can use them, because that just makes them uncounterable, in my opinion. I just liked it better when, if I saw a sniper rifle on somebody, that's because they were a phenomenal shot, because they believed in the heart of the cards, knowing that they're going to hit me first before I flinch them. I know very well that I ruffled some feathers with this video and that there's somebody typing up a very mean comment, but I will not forget that we all have the right to differing opinions. You may like snipers with high aim assist and virtually no flinch factor whatsoever. That's your opinion. But I hope what this video accomplished is that it shows you my perspective, at least where I'm trying to come from. Every game in Crucible, it's a lot of snipers, 5 super mods, one-eye mass, flawless execution. They know my GPS coordinates because I shot them. They're going to instant kill me with the sniper rifle. Even though I'm putting shots down range first, I'm still at a disadvantage apparently. So that's really just the tip of the iceberg whenever somebody asks me, hey Cammy, what do you think of the Beloved? Hey Cammy, why aren't you playing so much PvP right now? I mean, I hope this clears up those kind of questions. Don't let me confuse you though, I am very excited for Shadowkeep and the ease of access changes that Bungie's going forth with. I think that it's going to be amazing that cross-save is implemented and I can play Destiny with all my friends. I mean, I'm just getting back from GuardianCon, like, holy, it was just a really heartwarming experience. Like, not just the charity side of things, like GuardianCon, thumbs up. $5 million for charity? Outdone yourself. But just to meet all of these subscribers and fans of my channel in person and pick their brain about why this specific channel, why are you watching this particular dumbass? And the responses were great. It really opened my eyes to what kind of content I should be shifting to in the future. So as a result, goodbye to the current microphone that you're hearing right now. I'm going to upgrade to an XLR mic and it will sound a lot better. I'm gonna work on the soundproofing of my room. I'm going to, probably have a quieter house arrangement, you know what I mean? You can probably hear the shower in the background, speak of the devil. And don't worry about the video going over 10 minutes. I usually try to avoid that for your sake, but as it turns out, I'm probably demonetized anyway because YouTube demonetization is rampant, but fingers crossed that it returns in the near future because I think I've kept my content pretty clean if I do say so myself. In the meantime though, I'm putting in good work on Twitch, so I'm not so worried about the monetary side of things, though if this persists in many months in the future, I'm probably going to shift my channel into a more Patreon style of revenue where the dollar sort of votes for the content. So think like, I don't know, $25 or something like that. Pick a live commentary loadout with the title and the thumbnail and your name in the credits and that sort of thing because I appreciate the hell out of you. Again, don't worry so much about the state of the channel because I upload YouTube videos because I enjoy making them. And an event like GuardianCon where I get to talk to my subscribers just reaffirms that. I started this out of passion for the game, and although the current state of PvP isn't my cup of tea, I have built a phenomenal group of friends and an amazing subscriber base. While I am confident that Destiny 2 will be changing for the better, again with all the free-to-play additions as well as mini summits that they're holding with well-known content creators, less-known Redditors, and content creators of all size and expertise, I think that they're getting enough focused feedback and assisting with helping reach their goals that Shadowkeep's probably going to be amazing. But even if that's not the case and Shadowkeep falls flat on its face, there are other games that are announced that I'm actually very excited for. For example, I'm very excited about Pokemon Sword and Shield despite the National Pokédex blunder, just because I think there's a lot of potential to be explored with the Nintendo Switch, plus it's both a console and a portable, so in between competitive queues that can be upwards of like 45 minutes. I can play Pokemon on the side, have a, cute little adventure, and then whenever I have to travel, I can just take my Switch off the dock and continue that adventure. Another game I'm excited for is Phantasy Star Online 2. Although this is an older game, for the longest time it only existed in the Japanese language. But now we're getting it in the English language with brand new fresh start English servers. For those who don't know, Phantasy Star Online is a popular Japanese RPG series where if I describe the world to you, you'd be like, that's Destiny, but in third person. I played a lot as a kid and growing up into my late teens. Phantasy Star Online Episode 1 and 2. Like straight up, for a fact, I put like 10,000 hours into Destiny series. I put probably 5,000 into Phantasy Star Episode 1 and 2. The gameplay loop is that you defeat monsters to get gear, to get better gear, to defeat bosses, to get better gear, to move on and defeat more powerful monsters, and so on and so on. You have multiple class abilities that synergize with each other to take down even more powerful enemies and repeat the whole process. You can trade, there's an in-game economy, and the drop system is brutal. So you think getting a Galahorn in year 1 or like a perfect Stolen Pride AS Luna in Destiny 1 was difficult? No. Honey, you haven't seen anything yet. In Phantasy Star Online Episode 1 and 2, you could run the forest level, like 50 times in a row, not even see the rare variant of the enemy. On the 51st try, you see the rare variant, and then you realize you gotta kill that rare variant like 7,000 times to have the chance to drop. And then you start calculating the math behind it and realize that the forest level completion takes you about 15 minutes. And so then you just accept that you're probably never going to see that weapon. Until among your very, very large friend or clan group, one person gets that drop. It is legendary because he's the only person on the server with that drop, but his character build doesn't necessarily benefit from the weapon, so he's just gonna trade it to you because it makes everybody's job of killing the boss that much easier. I love those social interactions in gaming, and I'm really lucky that I get to relive my preferred style of RPG, not once with Phantasy Star Online Episode 2, twice with RuneScape, third a soft version with Destiny, but a fourth time with Phantasy Star Online 2. I would definitely throw the Borderlands series in the same hat as the other ones I mentioned, but the endgame gameplay loop doesn't captivate me as much as the other ones listed. I will admit though that the Borderlands series has a wonderful world built, and the story and lore behind it is very interesting and worth a single playthrough at the very least. So this actually works as a good segue to say that I am very excited to get my hands on Borderlands 3, but it necessarily doesn't take precedence over Shadowkeep when that sort of thing launches. The next game I'm excited for is Halo Master Chief Collection on the PC. I know this is an old game, but honestly, I say play the best experience, not the newest experience, if that makes sense. So just because a game's from 10 years ago doesn't mean that it's a bad game. I could get a better experience with a lot of games from 10 years ago over the current new garbage. So I mentioned my Destiny hours earlier, breaking the 10,000 mark, Phantasy Star around the 5,000 mark, the Halo 1, 2, and 3, probably about the 2 to 3,000 mark. So when a game like Destiny came out that took elements of Phantasy Star Online Episode 1 and 2 and mixed them together with the first-person Bungie experience of the Halo series, I was sold. That is my game. So hopefully that paints a better picture so you understand what I was saying earlier about how I only do the YouTube thing because I'm passionate about it, because there's such a good game as Destiny to be in the background. Seriously, I cannot think of a game that blends the PvE experience of something like Phantasy Star and the first-person shooter elements of Halo, mixes them together for a unique experience. I can't think of one. I'll give you a better example to capture the essence of what I'm saying here. So this goes back to the recent Guardian Con. It was getting later in the night, the convention was just ending, so everyone sort of migrated to the hotel bar. And there I got a couple drinks with friends, talked to wonderful subscribers, and actually ended up stumbling and bumping into a Bungie developer who was having a conversation about raid memories. So naturally, he asked me the question, "Hey Cammy, what's your favorite raid memory?" I didn't even have to think a second on this. I already knew what my answer was, so I told him, my favorite raid memory is Forsaken. Getting the not forgotten pinnacle competitive reward and going into the Last Wish day one with some of the highest power level in the entire game. And then having the not forgotten actually matter when we were killing the first encounter. I was the last man alive, and because of Magnificent Hal proccing on the Not Forgotten, it actually killed the boss. The level up process of my character came down to the wire. Our character level depended on a public event cycle. It's either we get this public event in the next 20 minutes, or we aren't high enough light level on this character because we have to complete the Forsaken campaign at a certain time. Basically, my clanmate Drewski and I grinded relentlessly. We put some degenerate hours into making sure that we show up on day one of the Last Wish with Not Forgotten. We were super sleep deprived, and at a certain point in the vault, I was like, I made the call that I am too tired to be an effective teammate, so I went to sleep. But my job was already done. I did what I was supposed to. I put 100% into getting my team the furthest that I could. I got replaced by Lulu Soccer, the better woman, and she finished and got my clan to a world's 6th finish in the Last Wish. I was beyond hype when I woke up. I was so delighted that my effort paid off for my clan. And so later that day, they ran me through the Last Wish because, you know, they're experts at Riven now. and now I have a raid jacket that commemorates all the effort I put into pulling that off with my clan. And every time I wear it, it just fills me with those hilarious memories, the jokes that we cracked all throughout that leveling process, through getting the Not Forgotten. To put this in perspective, as soon as the Forsaken expansion dropped, my competitive team went straight into the competitive playlist, and we didn't have anything new. We didn't have One-Eyed Mask, we didn't have Ace of Spades, we didn't even have mod slots in our armor. We didn't have proper Forsaken weapons. We were using the old stuff. I was using an NEOD and an Aachen, a blue sniper rifle, and we still grinded all the way to Luna's Hell. At the time, we didn't even know that the Not Forgotten existed, but we heard whispers that maxing it out might net you a new reward. And so since comp was already useful to the leveling process, we thought, I think we're the only ones that are going to do this, so let's do it. That'd be so funny to show up with whatever this reward is. It happened to be Not Forgotten. And through, again, some relentless grinding, we showed up day one with a Not Forgotten in the Last Wish. Remember, I'm telling this story to a Bungie developer, and as I finish this story, I eye my clanmate Drewski at the other side of the bar, and I wave him over. He gets close, I pull him into the circle, and I ask, "Hey Drewski, what's your favorite raid memory?" He doesn't even hesitate 1 second. He goes, "Dude, that time we brought Not Forgotten into the Last Wish," and that little circle around me just erupted in laughter because of how similar the experience was. So I say again, Destiny is the best at blending PvE and PvP together. It is such a fun game, and you really hear the sort of passion that drives people into this community at an event like GuardianCon. It was so wonderful. I talked to a literal rock star, someone who sold out entire arenas, hundreds of thousands of people he played in front of, and he says that that same chemical feeling is matched, if not better, than when you have two very strong teams in Gambit playing one another. Everything falls into place and you're melting the primevals. You see the health bar deplete until you're 1 pixel from completion. The other team is 2 pixels from completion. You see that bar deplete. Your team wins. I talked to actual millionaires who had so much money that they could pretty much do whatever they want in life, and they still every day are just like, why not some Destiny? I hope every Destiny player gets to have a similar experience. I know you watching right now can probably think of a fantastic Destiny memory that you're just not going to get anywhere else. And I'll close the video by saying, is it any surprise why the Destiny community is so passionate about this game? Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Really, every single day I wake up, blessed is an understatement. You guys are actually the best.